of an emotional full game shutout of the Los Angeles Dodgers in front of his family where he hit 100 miles an hour for the first time in 8 years. We saw the clips. Let's hear from the man. Cheers. Dude, thank you for joining us fresh out of last night. That's huge.
Absolutely, man. No, thanks for having me on. I told my boys that I was going on your show, and they were like, sick.
Well, I want to let you know, I think I saw one of those reactions, actually. I don't know if you've seen the video. I hope you have. Your boy finding out you're going out there for the ninth inning is like one of the most emotional moments I've seen now that I'm dad, you know, like now that I have a 3-year-old and a baby boy. It's like the thought of that moment for him is like so huge. I couldn't even imagine how excited you get whenever you see the video back. But let's talk about last night a little bit. You're old as shit, dude. You are old as hell. You are 37, dude. You're not supposed to be doing full game shutouts and then hitting 100 last night for the first time in like 8 years or whatever. Can you just tell me about the emotions of last night and maybe why it was such a special night? And did you know going into the night that it was going to be like that?
I mean, I wish I could tell you I knew it was going to be like that, but you know, anytime you're facing a team like that, you know, you just try to put your best foot forward, right? Like, you know, it's going to be a dogfight. You know, it's not going to come easy. You know, with the family stuff, it's fun just because, like, I'm glad I don't see that stuff until after the game because, I mean, that's so special. Like, I mean, just look at that. I mean, how can you not get just fired up for that? It's cool though. I feel like, you know, all three of my sons, my oldest son last year went viral when I made that diving play against the Mets. My youngest son, who's 6, was, you know, on the big screen going crazy at the home run derby this year. And then that's my 9-year-old right there, my middle son, just, you know, losing his mind. And then, you know, being able to share that moment with my family afterwards was awesome. So, you know, but just trying to keep up with these young bucks, you know. I mean, shoot, it seems like everyone's throwing 100 now, so, you know, I'm just trying to keep up with them.
Yeah, you throw hard as shit, you know, and we, you know, obviously the graphic says 10-time All-Star. You won a Cy Young. You're a World Series champ. 37 years old. We've seen you play baseball for a long time in huge moments. Always been a super competitive guy, which I think goes to, like, the modern stats and analytics, which you talked about your 9-year-old there going crazy when you were going out for the 9th inning. It's like your style, you're like the last of a dying breed, just like throwing your ass off, like literally just throwing as hard as you possibly can. When did you find out you hit 100 last night? Does that happen in real time? And is that just literally adrenaline and like just being a competitor in that moment, having that happen? And how do you feel today? How's everything feel today after that?
I've actually already played catch today. My 3 boys were in the backyard playing catch, so I went to go make that first throw, and I was kind of like, I made it, and I was like, all right, we're good.
Way to go.
It's like waking up in the morning. You like kind of open one eye a little bit slow, and then you open the other one. You kind of look around. No, but yeah, everything was good. But just in that moment, you know, I was lucky to be around some very competitive guys in my career, especially early on. And you know, you only get one shot at being a professional baseball player. Like there's no going back and redoing this. So you got to leave it all on the field. You know, if you're not putting your best foot forward, you know it's time to go home. Honestly, that's how I feel. You know, I got a coaching staff, a training staff, a front office, a fan base, and most importantly, my teammates that are all putting everything they have into it. So, you know, as a starting pitcher, I'm out there once a week, basically. You know, so I feel like more so than anybody, I have to leave it out there, you know, anytime I take the ball. So, you know, again, like I said, you're facing, you know, the best team in the league in the Dodgers. They've won back-to-back World Series championships. We got a sweep on the line, and we're at home in front of our fans. You know, once that adrenaline gets going, you know, it's a pretty powerful thing. So
Yeah.
You get to a couple moments and you're like, it's either me or him, and we're gonna find out right here, right now.
Yeah, and I'm thankful that it was you because like history's happening right in front of our eyes here, especially for me as a 39-year-old. And I couldn't even fathom you today. That is awesome to think about, especially after all the conversations last night about you going over 100, doing a full game, the amount of pitches that is, with all the analytics probably telling you not to do that, like that's happening. Waking up today with that ball, because I've had a couple days, it's vastly different than a pitcher because the amount of times you pitch, but like kicking, punting or something after like a long day, next day, like wake up and my entire shit is just sore. It's like, okay, this is just going to be a tough day today. You just going with the lads. All right, let's see how this thing goes today. Okay, we are back.
We're rolling.
Yeah, we are. Well,
and I get to go do it all again at the field.
Well, thank you for doing that for us old dudes, but also for the good of sport last night. That was spectacular. Ty has a question for you, Chris.
Yeah, Chris, it's weird because I'm getting to the age now. Like, I've watched you your entire career, and it doesn't seem like you're actually 37 now. Like, shit, I remember watching you in the Northwoods League when you were on the lacrosse loggers playing the Waterloo Bucks, but it's really cool to see what you're doing still. I mean, you're still obviously one of the best pitchers in the bigs, but we noticed we were at the All-Star game this year, and like the reverence, you talk about the young guys, the reverence that all those guys have for you and how they want, they were telling us they wanted to get into the clubhouse early to kind of just sit around and like share a game with you and kind of pick your brain and stuff like that. Have you noticed that as you've gotten older that like you want to give game to these young guys and you're noticing that like you are kind of one of the elder statesmen, in the bigs right now, and you're obviously still performing at as high of a level as you have, your entire career?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That's kind of the cool part about this game is we all compete against each other, right? Like there's 30 teams, there's 26 guys on each team. And when we're in between the lines, it's business, right? But there is this certain like brotherhood, this certain umbrella that is over all of us. And, I just think back when I was a kid, and I remember, at my first All-Star game, walking in there, and I was in the corner with pitchers like Justin Verlander and CeCe Sabathia, Jared Weaver, there's Fernando Rodney was there. And I just remember just being like, man, like these are guys that I kind of grew up watching. And now I'm in the same locker room and just sitting there, chopping it up, talking baseball. I think that's a very important aspect of the game that shouldn't be lost. Just little things that, get passed down from generation to generation. I'm doing things that I learned from the guys before me. And I hope, maybe if there's something that I do or something that I say or a way I do something, someone, it resonates with somebody and they can use it and then they pass it on. That's a cool thing. Like AJ Pierzynski was at the game last night and he was my first catcher in the big leagues. And he was like, man, I'm just glad you made it quick. And I said, and that's something I learned from Mark Burley. And I'm hoping, maybe in 10 years from now, there's a guy that learns that from me, but I learned it from him. And then you got 30 or 40 years down the line and Mark Burley's still, a name getting thrown around because of, something I did, that's something he taught me and something, someone taught him before. So this game it can be special that way. And, again, like I said, it's a certain brotherhood that you just try to kind of keep connected. But once those lights flick on, it's go time.
Yeah, and we love the competitive edge that is happening 162 times. I don't know how you guys do it. I love it. I love that you do it, okay? But I don't know. You guys are on tour, dude. Like, it is just like you guys are on tour for like 5 months, and I respect and appreciate the hell out of you. You have to take care of your body and everything like that. I ran into Mr. Toll. Peyton Toll yesterday for the Red Sox. He told me, I asked him what he was weighing at the time. He's a monster. Just like you, monster of a man. I go like, what are the dims right now? And he's like, 6'2", 75-ish, and he goes, I got a velo pouch right here, I just started laughing. I'm like, a velo pouch would be something that baseball people would actually, like you talk about passing it down. It's like that is a hilarious excuse, I assume, for some bad body pitchers. Like, hey, this is what it has been. We've had this. Quarterbacks are the same in the NFL. Very rarely are they super jacked. just monster men, keep the fluid going. So I do think like everybody that looks up to you that we talk to at the All-Star game does talk about you in high regard. I think that's cool that you should know that. You're watching your kids go crazy for you. You also need to know the rest of the league looks at you in the same regard. I wonder if that's internationally. Now, you talked about at some point it's either me or you up there. The person that was you last night is certainly a topic of discussion. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Chris, was it a coincidence that the 100 miles an hour was against Shohei? Or was it like when those type of guys, and Shohei being the guy for the last few years, is it a little more juice, a little more adrenaline when those guys step to the plate? Is that impossible to do, or is it just another guy when you step up there, or when they step up there?
Yeah, well, I dare you to go throw a get-me-over fastball to Shohei. He'd probably hit that thing to the freaking Comcast building. So yeah, I mean, I think the game will dictate and tell you when it's time to kind of bear down and kind of dig in a little bit. And I think, given the circumstances when you have a generational guy like he is, because, I mean, let's face it, I mean, he's kind of the gold standard right now of what it is to be just an ultimate baseball player, right? I mean, he's doing things no one's ever seen. You get in those situations and it's a tight game. Again, you talk about atmosphere and adrenaline. Adrenaline is dictated by moments and energy in the crowd. And so, if you got 3,000 fans there that aren't really paying attention to the game, the adrenaline's not going to be the same as when, like a night like last night, you got a packed house, our fans are going crazy. You can feel that. You might not like see it or hear it or like notice it, but there's a certain feeling. I mean, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but yeah, there's certain times in games where you got to kind of step up.
The shit's palpable, like we say that like, hey, the tension is palpable or the energy is palpable in here. I think that's what you're referring to. And anybody that's been in the arena with everybody kind of generating their energy towards you, there is levels to that shit. Like they're actually
100%.
And you talked about like Shohei's doing things that we never seen before. Stats are telling us what you did last night we never seen before either. I'm not a baseball historian, but I think what you did last night, they're saying nobody else in MLB history has achieved all these feats in their entire career. Same game or not. Shutout, 1-0 win. Shutout versus back-to-back defending champs. Shutout with 3 former MVPs in the opposing lineup. Shutout against reigning World Series MVP as opposing starting pitcher.
Yep.
And obviously 10-plus strikeouts, 0 walked batters, and you win one. So what you did last night, nobody's doing either, pal. Let's just make sure we remember
they like
that.
to cherry pick those. With the sun setting at a certain time, south of the Mason-Dixon line on a 46 humidity and elevation here and there. So I do appreciate it. I do love the history of the game, but you can get down a rabbit hole chasing numbers sometimes.
Yeah, but they can paint those numbers against you too. So when they're doing it for you, let's go ahead and enjoy the hell out of those days. Okay, let's enjoy the hell.
I've definitely had them not in my favor, so I definitely I do appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, as you should. We appreciate it as well. Okay, last question for you, Chris. Obviously, baseball culture and community. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Chris. First and foremost, as a Red Sox fan, I got to say, you are an absolute legend. It's an honor to talk to you, and also the interview you gave at the All-Star game crushed a lot of Red Sox fans because it sounded like you wanted to stay in Boston forever, and they ended up shipping you out of town. So I apologize for them doing that to you, but it worked out. It's pretty cool. You're still crushing it. Still wish you were with the Sox, but it is what it is. When it comes to baseball, we all know, Pat mentioned 162 games. You're in the clubhouse a lot. You're hanging out with the guys. We tried to find the story about Guitar Hero regarding you, but allegedly maybe that didn't happen as far as you loving Guitar Hero.
You just gave a weird face. Okay, is Guitar Hero a real story or not?
What do you mean?
Okay, so it's
okay,
not.
so no.
I crushed it in college. Absolutely crushed Guitar Hero Rock Band in college. But I don't know if I've picked up a Guitar Hero guitar in probably since college, to be honest with you.
Okay,
all right.
So it wasn't you.
So it wasn't you, but good news, it is coming back.
Well, what was the story? What do we got?
A pitcher of some sort missed games because of carpal tunnel in their hand from playing too much Guitar Hero. There was a chance in the Thunderdome. Obviously, this is not coming from my brain, but there are baseball people that are like, we think Chris Sale was like a beast at
It's like
guitar.
an expert Guitar Hero.
Yeah, that is how it came together. But we obviously it was not you.
It was not you. But
As much as I was injured, it's not a crazy thing to think. You know, I was too rich diving for a baseball, and I had freaking 47 injuries for the last 6 years. So that, you can just throw that one on top.
No, we don't want to do that. No, journalism. That was not you, but we do think it did happen to somebody. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, and with the clubhouse activity, since it's coming back out, maybe you bring that out next year. I don't know, just something to think about. But when it comes to the clubhouse, what is kind of the go-to, hangout move? Are you guys playing cards? What are you guys up to in there? And what does it take for, those clubhouses to really come together and go on those historic runs like you hope to do with Atlanta?
Yeah, so I'll start with the games first. We have a big, like, the buck hunter in there. We have golden tee that gets used quite a bit. Chess is actually a big one. We got a handful of guys that, like, it's competitive too. I'm not even joking. If you've ever seen 4 or 5 people stacked around a table just watching chess.
You guys got a timer and everything? We got timer, do the whole thing, or is this just?
No, not that official.
Okay. Who's good? Who's the best chess player?
Highest elo.
Oh boy, I would say.
Don't put on the spot. Multiple people. Who are playing?
Yeah, I was going to say there's a handful of guys that are pretty good. I think Dodd and Holmesy are probably up there for the two top notches if I had to guess.
Okay. What about Buck Hunter? That's your game?
Dominoes is another big one.
Buck Hunter's your game? You're pretty good at Buck Hunter? You feel pretty good about that?
No, dude. Austin Riley can wipe the floor blindfolded.
Really?
I'm pretty sure him and I see Lane in there grinding a lot too. So I think they're the ones that are nasty on that.
And Golden
I'm too old, man. I got too much stuff I got to do today. I can't be playing games.
Yeah, I gotta rehab this entire thing.
I gotta go sit in a cold tub or put a stim on my arm or something. I gotta
Yeah, get better.
Got too much stuff going on.
How about the golden tee? Because there's a lot of cheats to the golden tee, obviously. I had one in my house for a while. That can tell you how big of an adult I was for a while. But, you can really cheat that gimmick in game. Are they doing that, or is this fair and square golden tee? We're trying to hit actual shots.
So as far as I know, it's pretty fair and square. That one got used a little bit more in previous years. Jesse Chavez is, lights out on that thing. Him and AJ Minter used to have a daily round of golf on that thing, and then Mint left, and then Chavi left last year. So it still gets used a little bit. But
sounds like you got to retire the golden tee. You got to move that over to bowling, because that same thing you could go to bowling on there as well. Mine was at least able to
on the golden tee.
Yeah, you could just change the plug-in in the back. You got bowling happening there. That's good one. Less cheatable. The golden tee.
We'll get our IT guy on that.
Yes, it's just a plug into the back, because it's just a screen, and then the entire thing, you get it. But you plug that thing in the back. Golden tee, you see, and then 3 that thing off the drive, and you're hitting like 400 yards. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're playing against people that know what that is,
if you know, you know.
It is a vastly different game. Like if I was to show up at a golden tee thing at this stage of life, and just playing against some random drunk at a bar. It's like he goes off first.
He's hitting 7-iron. You're going driver around the
Yeah, exactly. So you do know what it is. Okay. I'm happy to hear that. Obviously, you guys are baseball players looking for any sort of edge. If it's in there, you got to do what you got to do. But that can go to bowling. Tell me about dominoes. Obviously, bones is a big game, I assume, amongst the Latin community. They do a lot of dominoes, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Bob Suarez is our top guy with dominoes. We got it's right in the middle of the clubhouse, and it generally gets going right after BP. Some guys once they get all their work done, they sit down and start slamming some dominoes down, and it can get pretty rowdy, man. They play on the bus too, or on the plane. Cards and stuff like that go down, but we got a good squad, man. We have a lot of fun. We have a little putting challenge we have at the end of every game for player of the game. We got some stakes on it, and it's like I said, this is as good a group as I've ever been with, and we're all pulling from each other. When it's going good, it's the best, and when it's going bad, it's not that bad. And I think that's a sign of a really good team that just trusts each other. We have faith in our ability. We have faith in each other. We trust each other. We have an unbelievable staff. There's no panic. And I think that is one of the most important things of having a successful year is not trying to do too much when it's going, when it's not going your way. And again, these guys work their butts off every day. We got a lot of guys playing every day, leaving it all out there. So like I said, that makes it easy for me to go out there on my once a week and put everything I got on the line for those guys.
Yeah, I couldn't help but imagine that the clubhouse is juiced up. A senior citizen threw a full game shutout last night.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Easy now. Easy.
No, yeah, that's unbelievable. What you did was awesome. It was spectacular. We got to catch it like in real time because we were traveling. So like literally we caught it. I rode the wave with you last night. And the way your 9-year-old looked whenever you came out for that ninth inning, I think we were all like, hell yes. This is old school baseball right here. Like this guy.
He was feeling the energy too.
Yeah, as he should. Yeah, he might have had a little bit of an adrenaline dump after that game. I assume we slept very hard last night at late night at the Sale House. But thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your contribution to sport too, man. A lot of your life you've had to like dedicate to being better at sport and being an athlete for all of us and your teammates and your family. You obviously get paid well, but I'm just saying thank you for your commitment to sport, brother. Good luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on.
What do I need to do to get more velo? Let's say I used to throw 98, 99, 100 all the time.
100 regularly.
All the time.
Regularly.
All the time I used to throw. I actually stand like this kind of, and I have a big Pittsburgh Pirates P on my head, and I used to throw 100 all the time. I mean, it was just kind of thing. And then out of nowhere, just kind of didn't.
96.
And then it became like a talking point for a long time about me not being able to hit whatever. And then out of nowhere in San Diego on like a Tuesday, all of a sudden 100 is back. Talk about Paul Skeens, not me, even though it could be confused with me. I did do that.
I was picking up what you were throwing down.
Okay, I didn't know, because you could have thought that I maybe did.
A football field, that athleticism is. So I wasn't gonna count it out.
I can't throw a strike though. I tried. I actually can't do it.
You can throw a pass though, which is probably more impressive.
Thank you, very kind of you. But that's like in an area. I can't get a baseball through the strike zone. I try with Kurt.
Hey, I'm not trying to hit a moving target. You had to hit a moving target. Think about it.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm better than Chris Sale. So let's go back. Let's go back to what I was saying. Do you in the pitching community like reach out to Paul? Like, do you watch this happen? Has anything like that ever happened to you where you like lose velo for some reason and maybe you don't know why and everybody's trying to tell you why or what's going on from outside looking in who doesn't really know you? Like, how much are you paying attention to that type of shit? And is that normal or common for you pitchers to have like maybe a little bit of something going on?
For sure. And let's be honest. If it was anybody other than Paul Skeens or Mizorowski, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. Paul's got one of the biggest lights on him of any baseball player and maybe even, athlete in sports. And those things happen, again, you're talking about a grind of a season. He's really in his second full season as a starting pitcher. I remember my first full year as a starter in 2012, man, it was a grind to get to the end. And, it's one of those things, it's weird how it's like, it's tough to do, but once you do it, it becomes a little bit easier to repeat. And I got to be honest, I laugh at the people that are worried about Paul Skeens, and I envy their unawareness to sport. just to be that like, oh, this guy's done, or whatever. He's, never gonna do, whatever it is the talking heads are saying. He's freaking Paul Skeens, man. Like, and let's not forget 97. And
No.
Not that bad. Not that bad.
Are you guys? Hold on. Do you watch Gun, or do they tell you in Paul when he threw 100 finally for first time, long time? Did he know in real time that happened? You throw 100 for first time, long time. Do you know that in real time? Do you look at the gun? Do they tell you coming out? Did you know it was probably going to be that? Like, how do you find out?
I'll peek up there every once in a while. I'll be honest. My slider's the one I look up the most at because a lot of times if I'm overthrowing it, it won't really kind of do what I need it to do. So if I kind of start getting over like 83 miles an hour, it's like, all right, I'm kind of overcooking this thing. But yeah, I mean, it again, it's like with all the cameras, with all the media, with all the technology, with everything we have now, it's like every pitch gets analyzed and, even potentially overanalyzed. So
No.
I'll let the rest of the world worry about Paul, because I'm not worried about him at all.
So you agree it was D-Rose fault?
Yeah, it was Team USA World Baseball Classic.
was
DeRosa. This is D-Rose
It
fault.
was
That's
D-Rose
what
fault.
we've been banging that
Oh,
drum
leave
since.
D-Rose alone.
I know. He's the man. We love him. But that is why we've just been blaming him for everything. Roman Anthony gets sent on assignment. D-Rose.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, Paul Skeens.
Y'all are ruthless.
We got to talk every day, okay? And
I'm glad you were nice to me, but y'all are ruthless.
No, we're kind. We're kind.
Yeah.
D-Ro, though, this guy, unkind with what he's done to Okay, all right. We appreciate you, dude.
I'm going to be sitting out there in a start. If I hit 94 in my next start, I'll be like, oh, man, they're going to be killing me in the next one.
Was that the last time we saw Chris Sale really have it?
Shouldn't have went none.
Throw me in the used toy bin. I'm done.
You're the man. You were great last night, and I can't wait to watch you finish this entire season out with the lads, who seemingly are very tight. Good luck out there. We appreciate you, dude. Tell the kids and family we said hello as well.
Will do. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
That's Chris Sale, ladies.
Yeah.
And he was phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, so we sent the request in, and we said 5-10 minutes, just kind of want to hit, like, the family and the night. Obviously, that was awesome to watch as a sports fan. And just him coming in being so chill was awesome. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate you. Thank you. Baseball has been having a lot of moments for us.
Yeah.
On the other side, we got J.J. Watt, Schrager, McQuaid, A.J. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life.